test cases, manual test cases. So what all
Yeah,
the
ma'am.
things that we have learned previously, we are just figuring it out. We are connecting the dots from where we have learned. Say, for example, previously you have learned, just a second. Previously, we have learned about the interfaces and all the things in Java. So you might have, by this time, you might have come to know on what is the use of interfaces that we have learned in Java. In a similar way, the sequence that we are following, we are connecting every dots from there. From firstly, we have learned the manual testing, and while writing the manual test cases, you have written the test cases in the template, whereas you are providing some of the description, test steps, test data, actual result, expected result, everything you have given, right? So in at that point of time, you might have written expected results and the actual result. Previously, what you have done while doing the while you are learning the manual testing, you have physically checked whether you are writing the steps, what you are writing. For example, if you are having any kind of email or anything. For say, you can take even the Orange HRM portal, whatever the things that you might have written. See what all the steps that you have followed. Firstly, you have given the username uh, for Orange HRM portal. Okay, what you have given. First step, you have passed the username. As a second step, you have given the password. And in the third step, you have clicked on login button. Okay, you can take any other thing as an example. I'm giving you. Okay. And then what is the expected thing that you wanted to see? You wanted to see the home page. Okay. And here is the exact test steps that we are following. And this is the step where you are verifying and verifying whether you have been navigated to the home page or not. See, for example, you are having in manual testing, you physically see that homepage is visible or not. And while doing the automation, you need to do these kind of assertions, right? So at that point of time, we are having the concept of assertions in our test engine. And the assertion is nothing but verifying whether the expected result matches the whether actual result matches the expected result. And for this, we are having two types of assertions. One is the hard assertion, and the other one is the soft assertion. Okay, you guys have come across the assertions, right? So, anyone can you please let me know what is meant by the hard assertion? Harita, can you please let me know what is meant by hard assertion?
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay, see
Hard
assertion.
assertion
What you're
means
saying? Okay, sorry.
after the when we pass this assertion, if that assertion is failed, means the next lines will not execute. The exceptions will write through means the remaining lines won't execute. That's why the concept of assertions will become. We can choose when will be our exceptions will come at the end of the method like that.
Okay. Yeah. As we are discussing, assertions are nothing but we are verifying whether the actual result matches the expected result. And what do you mean by hard assertion? Is hard assertion is nothing but if you are having any say for example in this functionality itself, if you are having uh, these steps to be followed, and in this step you are verifying whether the home page is displayed or not. And if it is failing in this point of time, see actual result is something else other than the home page. We are expecting home page as our expected result, and it is not moving further. Whereas you have provided some of the invalid username or something else you have done, and you are trying to click on the login button. Then it is not moving to the home page and it is still staying in the login page. At that point of time, if you are having few test cases, each and every test case will be executed once after logging into the application itself. And if you are not able to complete the login functionality itself, then it is of no use to go ahead and for executing the other test cases, right? So at that point of time, this hard assertions, the hard assertions, if the expected result and the actual result does not match, it will stop the execution then and there itself. It will not execute all the other test cases. It will skip the other test cases and mark the existing test case as failed. You got my point? Hard
Yes,
assertion.
ma'am.
Hard assertion is nothing but if the actual result does not match with the expected result, it will stop the execution. It will not at all go forward for the other test cases to be executed, and it will skip all the other test cases. And you're having 5 or 10 test cases, for example, and if the assertion is failing at this point of time, at the test case number 5, then it will not execute the remaining test cases 6, 7, 8, 9, and all the test cases will be skipped. And this specific test case will be marked as failed test case. This is about the hard assertion. And if it is coming to the soft assertion is nothing but if you're having some set of test cases, and at a certain point of time, if the say for example, if you're in an Amazon application and you log into the application, you browse something, you add to the cart, and the further proceedings will be like you need to uh, go ahead for the payment and all those things. And if if it is in this situation, you have successfully logged in, you have successfully searched for a product and you have selected and you have added to the cart. Okay, and whereas while adding to the cart, you just missed I mean to say, you have given a statement like after adding to the cart, it display on how many items that we have added to the cart. Okay, and if that specific message, if it fails, not the major functionality, the very minor functionality, it is not at all mandatory. Before going to payment, it is not mandatory whether it is uh, whether the message is displayed or not. It is not a mandatory thing, right? So it doesn't matter about the functionality. The functionality is it has added already to the cart, and we are able to proceed further with the payment event. And the only message that the cart, sorry, the product is added to the cart, only that message that you are in intention to print, that we are not able to do, then it is not of major impact on the functionality, right? So at that situations, we can use this soft assertion. Whereas if the assertion even fails also, it will not halt the execution of the remaining test steps. It will execute all the other test steps, and at the last, it will show this. It will show the error like it has failed at this point of time to capture this message. It will give that result at the end of all the test cases. Whereas, see, firstly, assertion is nothing but assertion is verifying whether the actual result and the expected result matches or not. And we are having two kinds of assertions. One is the hard assertion and the other one is the soft assertion. Hard assertion is nothing but if you are having any test case that fails, then it will stop the execution of the remaining test cases and it will skip them. And the test case that is failing in assertion, that will be marked as failed test case. And whereas coming to the soft assertion, even though if we are failing in the assertion, it will not halt the execution of the remaining test cases, whereas it will continue the flow of the execution. And at the last, it will show us the message as it has failed at the certain point of test steps or the test case, whatever it is, and the reason for that. This is about the assertions. See, for example, if you consider this as an example, what we are doing here, please select invoice for div. Shashi, do you have any basic project whereas we can show them the things? Any
As of now,
sample
I didn't
projects?
prepare this.
Sample means like in or any project solution, no?
Yes, Leela, if you have any, you can please show them, Leela.
You can see this one. Hello, Saujani,
Yeah, Leela. Yeah, Leela.
you can take this one.
Here we are doing only verification. I need an example, whereas we are doing the assertion. We are just
Actually,
verifying the text, right?
yeah, expectedly actual only right here also. Like I'm
Mhm.
storing the tax actual one, but I'm expected, right?
I have one
Mhm.
example. Can I share my screen, Sajni?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure,
yes,
bro.
yes. Actual
You can see
message and
here.
the
Okay, Sajni, you can take.
yeah. Can you please make your screen a bit visible for me, Shashi?
Okay.
Okay, now it's visible for me. Okay, then. What you're doing in the line number 1019 is we are storing the value. Uh, for example, what is the error? We are expecting an error message that has to be displayed in the screen. So what Shashi has done in this specific line number 1019 is he has stored the value in actual message. In that variable, he has stored the value. And in line number 1020, what he is doing is assert equals. Assert equals and the actual result is actual message, and the message what he is giving in the image is uh, he- the expected value.
This is the expected pass
Expected value and the actual
from
value he is asserting with.
this.
Yeah, Shashi, please go
Uh,
ahead.
I'm sharing, sorry. I'm passing
Yes.
the expected value from here, job deleted successfully. For suppose there is, that's random example I'm taking. Uh, suppose now job deleted successfully. Now it will come to, I know it, now I'm not explaining this all how it's happening. In this message variable, we are having that message. That is job deleted successfully, and the actual message how Saujanya told, I'm storing the actual message from the application, and here I'm asserting whether the message what I'm getting from the application is valid or not. I'm asserting here how, that's it. In this variable we are, this is the variable where I'm capturing the text which I'm passing from the some feature file. That's it. You need to go on to this how Saujan explained. So this is the expected value, and this is the actual value. Here I am asserting. So this is the concept you have to learn from here.
Okay. Yeah.
And we are not only having the methods assert equals, we can even have a few other methods also. And you can, if you're having some kind of, if you're having the text and if you're in an intention to validate that text, you can give it as a actual result and the expected result. And if in some situations you might be having the calculations, if it is true assertion, then you can pass it in that way. We can also have just a moment. Yeah, if you're having some conditions, for example, if you say like um, 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. For example, on a basic note, I'm saying, if you are an intention to validate such kind of values, 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. I'm just an intention to validate whether the condition that I've given is correct or not. So at that point of time, we can use the assert true, assert
I'm
false.
not
If the
able to
condition
see
is
screen, ma'am.
false, no, I'm not sharing this thing. I'm just giving you the example.
Okay.
If it is a kind of a, see, for example, what all the methods that we are having that this assert, we will check.
And we can use if statement also, na ma'am? If condition.
Yeah, if the condition passes, then assertion should be in this way. We can have that. That's what I'm saying. If the assertion is true, please proceed in this way. We are going to say in that way. Assert dot assert equals. See, these are all the methods that we are having from the assert class. Assert is a class, and in that class we are having few methods. What all the methods that we are having? This is the list of the methods that we have in the assert class. See, assert equals, that means boolean, actual value, the expected value. We are verifying with the actual and the expected value. And this is also in the same way. Assert equals byte actual, byte expected. And it is of no, we are in regular basis, we are using only the assert, expected result and actual. In most of the cases, actual result and expected result, we are going ahead with the say with that method only. So if you have some time and you can implement all the other methods, all that would be fine. But in most of the cases, we are going with this statement, with this methods only. Here all, this is all the list of the methods that we are having in the assert class. Long actual, long expected, short actual, short expected. You can try out with this, with all the other methods also. Assert not equals. You can even say, if say, for example, here what you are doing, you are matching whether the actual result is matching with the expected result or not. You can even have the methods called assert not equals. Assert not equals is nothing but, even though you know that the actual result and the expected result does not match there, and even then also you want to pass the test case, then you can say like assert not equals. You can use this type of methods. Assert true. See, here we are passing the condition, and if the condition is true, then it will pass the assertion. And you can even have the assert fail, assert failure, assert false. Yeah, these are all the different methods that we are having. You can try out with different methods here. Yeah, that's it from my end.